The Batman was directed by Matt Reeves and stars Robert Pattinson, Paul Dano, and Zoe Kravitz. And the story follows Batman. In his second year as Batman, he has to stop a serial killer known as a Riddler from killing political figures in Gotham to save his deranged version of it. So, The Batman, any sensible person's most anticipated movie of the year. I watched this over a week ago. I went to go see it in the theater. And in like 3 days, 3 days, it'll be 2 weeks. But, funny story, I needed to think about it for a few days. And then obviously my internet decided to shut down. So I couldn't actually film or upload a video. So now I'm filming and uploading it now about 2 weeks early. But that's a good thing because I've had 2 weeks to think about it. But before I share my thoughts on this, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below. What did you think of The Batman? I'm going to be doing, like I did my Ready Player One book review, I'm going to be reviewing the spoiler-free part. And then after I give my score, I'm going to talk about some spoilers, because I don't really want to film 2 videos. So anyway, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, comment down below. What did you think of The Batman? Did you love it or did you hate it? And with that said, the best thing about this movie is that it's not the best Batman movie, but in my opinion, it's the best movie about Batman. Does that make sense? Oh, let's phrase it this way. It's not the best movie about Batman, but it's the best Batman movie. You don't need to explain any of the characters. You don't need to explain anything. You just go into the theater and you're expected to know who these characters are and what they are known for. Like, I walked into the theater expecting at least we get a little brief glimpse of Bruce Wayne's past, and that doesn't happen. Like, we're just thrown in here, and that's the best thing. Matt Reeves makes the best Gotham I've ever seen on the screen. You don't need to drag it down with any origins. You already have everything you already need. And so you just watch the film, and you don't really need any introductions. The story is just off. And Gotham feels like a person. And they nail the characters of every single one. Batman, best Batman ever put on screen. Now, obviously, to me, I feel like Christian Bale was a better Bruce Wayne. I didn't really feel like Robert Pattinson nailed the character of Bruce Wayne. He did nail the character of Batman, but he didn't much nail the character of Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne has to have a character. He has to be kind of off from the Batman persona so people don't suspect that he's Batman. And he just doesn't really nail that. Like, he's only have one public appearance in this movie. And to me, I'm just like, yeah, I could have easily guessed, oh, look, Bruce Wayne is Batman. And so, he didn't much nail that, but that's not Robert Pattinson's fault. That's more of a writing problem. But that's one of my only problems with the film. But anyways, they nailed the character of Batman. Catwoman, I thought was going to be just this character to be there like, oh, look, she's helping Batman as a side character. No, she has her own story. They nail her character. She was my favorite character in the entire movie because they nail her so much. The Penguin, amazing. Carmine Falcone, amazing. The Riddler, I don't know much about his character, but Paul Dano did great. We need to address the fact, though, that everyone's saying that Paul Dano is better than Heath Ledger. He's not. In fact, I rewatched The Dark Knight about 2 days ago. He's not. Heath Ledger is so much better. But Paul Dano still did a really good job. So they nail Gotham. They nail Gotham's characters. And to make a great Batman movie, that's what you really need. You also need great action, and they had great action here. I was a bit nervous because I've heard people say it's a slower movie. To me, I thought that there's plenty of action sequences. I've heard that there's not a lot of action sequences, and there was plenty here, and they were all stylized and really great. Matt Reeves makes great action sequences. The only other film besides this I've seen is Cloverfield, and that's one of my favorite movies. So I'm just saying, that's how much I love Matt Reeves, because he crafted Cloverfield, and then he made this film with great action. And so, yeah, the action here was great. The story here, where Batman's being the detective and stuff, all that is just it's a pretty great story, honestly. Because you craft in all these stuff from Gotham, and you incorporate them into the story, and it really works. And the movie's 3 hours long, so they can incorporate multiple different stories to the big Batman story. It reminds me of, like, if you ever walk into Barnes & Noble or something, and you walk through the comics section, like one of those big, thick books about this wide of comics. That reminds me of what this movie would be. Just a big, thick book with so many different Batman stories melded into one. And it really works here. Like, the story is just great. Cinematography is also great. Going back to Matt Reeves being one of my favorite directors, cinematography is always great. In Cloverfield, he crafts a nice hand movements. You can really tell that this is just people holding the camera. They really nailed what they're doing. And here, it's just like big wide shots to where you can see the action. Beautiful, 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 beautiful shots here. It's just really great cinematography, and I personally really enjoyed looking at this film. And if you have the chance, I definitely recommend you do at least one viewing in theaters, because it's just really beautiful to see on screen of the Batman stuff, because it's just all amazingly captured on camera. Like I said, the 3 hours length, I honestly like that. There was a whole 30 minutes here where I was just sitting back. I was like, I'm not enjoying this. And then I just, boom, suddenly something happens. So it can really just fix itself to what I haven't been enjoying, and that really works. I don't really have any negatives besides the one thing that they did not nail Bruce Wayne's character, but I think that could be fit in a sequel. I think they could try to fix that. It's going to be really hard to come back from here because his character was not good. But yeah, this was a really great Batman movie. It's my second favorite Batman movie. Dark Knight, this movie doesn't even compare to that. Actually, it's pretty close now that I think of it, but The Dark Knight is still the best Batman movie. Yeah, I've only actually seen 4 Batman movies, I've been thinking. This one, The Dark Knight, Batman Begins. I'm going to watch The Dark Knight Rises soon. But the other one was Batman and Robin. I actually watched it for the first time last night. And so this one is my second favorite out of all of them. I'm not going to spoil the rest of the ranking because I plan on ranking that in the near future. But anyways, so I can go ahead and get into the spoiler part if you have seen the movie. I love this movie. There wasn't really anything negative. I really do need to watch this for a second time, though, because I think I can really just pinpoint what I thought was bad about this film. But going to see it on a big screen, I really, really liked this Batman movie. So personally, it's not a perfect movie. Like I said, besides the Bruce Wayne thing, there was no negatives. But I know for a fact that when I rewatch it, I'm going to find negatives. So it's not going to be an A+ or anything. But for me, I'm going to give it an A-, an 8.5 out of 10, and 4 stars. That is my score for the Batman. So anyways, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below. What did you think of Robert Pattinson's and Matt Reeves' The Batman? I want to know all of your opinions down below. But if you also have seen it, make sure to do a big spoiler so no one reads the spoilers. And then comment down below what you thought. But right now, in 3, 2, 1, we talking about spoilers right now. So bye, everyone who hasn't seen the movie. Go check it out. And so, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, where do I begin? Wayne Manor blowing up, almost killing Alfred. I was like, holy crap, they have the balls to kill off Alfred. And then, I mean, he survived. I personally, here's another negative. I don't really like how young Alfred is in this movie. I feel like he has to be older, and then casting him in this role just feels like he's kind of a great, like, kick butt kind of character, and I don't feel like that's who Alfred is. I feel like Alfred is a mentor. Now, in the comics, I'm pretty sure he's like that. I just don't know. This is a way different Alfred than I've ever seen on screen. I'm not really 100% sure with that one. Let's talk on what's on everyone's mind. The Joker. Now, I haven't seen that deleted scene yet, but I'm going to soon. And I've heard that he just looks downright terrifying. He looks great. That Joker scene, though, I was just sitting there like, I know it's Joker because I've gotten that. Oh, I've gotten that spoiled for me. Thanks, YouTube. But anyways, I was just sitting there and I was like, I know that's Joker. I know for a fact that that is Joker. And so, I mean, it wasn't really that big of a surprise. I didn't really look at him. And then learn it was Bowl Cut guy from the Eternals, which, honestly, sorry for that insult on Bowl Cut guy, but I don't really know his name. But learning that was him, I'm just not really sure, and I know he won't be better than Heath Ledger. Yeah, this story was great. A lot of the detective stuff with Batman, a lot of that was really, really, really high maintenance and really, really good. I've heard a lot of people complaining about the final battle, but I thought having be kind of a slow film and then having Batman have like this big battle in the end really worked, and obviously had great action. Even though I don't really know what that injection serum was, he just stabbed into himself. I was just sitting there like, what is he doing that for? But just to me, it was all just really, really great stuff. And like I said, Matt Reeves, amazing behind the camera. What else is there to talk about? Yeah, Catwoman, her story with Carmine Falcone, and he's her father. That's really what brought me back into the movie, and that's really what fixed a lot of things about the movie. Yeah, the Riddler, his kind of back and forth banter with Bruce Wayne, that's my favorite scene in the movie. And this movie clearly takes a lot of stuff from The Dark Knight, because you have that scene, which is Batman and Joker's prison scene. I could, just watching The Dark Knight, I was like, yeah, the Batman took that from him. And so, yeah, I mean, there's not really anything to spoil. That's why I didn't make a whole review. But the main thing of this one was to talk about the Joker, which I'm not 100%... which I'm not 100% sure about. But anyways, yeah. So, if you got anything you want to discuss in spoilers, I'll leave my Discord account down below in the description. Go check that out, and we can go on Discord and talk about this. But also, leave a comment down in the comment section below. Big spoiler warning. As always, this has been the Batman review. Can't wait to rewatch it. So, yeah, those were some spoilers. And with that said, make sure to subscribe with the like button, hit the bell, follow my Discord, follow my letterbox. All links down below in the description. Comment down below. And with that said, as always, subscribe to join the Nerd Army. Peace out.